welcome to the Six Bugle podcast, where we explore the challenges, innovations, and leadership insights shaping today's fire service. I'm Rudy Ruiz, and today we're diving into a topic that's affecting fire departments across the nation. One that doesn't involve hose lines, ladder trucks, or fireground tactics, but is absolutely critical to the future of our profession. We're talking about the transition from operational roles to administrative leadership, and more importantly, how emerging leaders are navigating an increasingly complex landscape of technology, budget constraints, and evolving expectations. If you ever felt like the jump from the kitchen table to the conference room was like learning a completely foreign language, or you're supporting a fire chief who's juggling more administrative demand than ever before, this episode is for you. Let's start with a reality check. The fire service of 2025 looks dramatically different than it did just 5 years ago. According to recent data from the Canadian Association of Fire Chiefs, and I quote, fire services are facing a confluence of obstacles from struggles recruiting personnel to aging equipment. Same thing here in the United States. But here's what often gets overlooked. In that conversation, while we're focusing on apparatus replacement and firefighter recruitment, there's another critical challenge happening behind the scenes. The administrative infrastructure of our departments is being stretched to its absolute limit. Think about this for a moment. Today's fire service executive assistants or administrative professionals isn't just managing calendars and filing reports. They're navigating complex technology systems, from AI-powered records, management cloud-based platforms that would have seemed like science fiction a decade ago, multi-jurisdictional partnerships as departments lean into mutual aid and regional cooperation, grant management and alternative funding resources, because traditional budgets simply aren't keeping pace with the needs. Mental health and wellness programs supporting both firefighters and administrative staff, community risk reduction initiatives that require data analysis, community engagement, and strategic planning. Here's the kicker. Most of us weren't trained for this. A recent article from the Fire Rescue One captured this perfectly. One deputy chief described the shift from tactical to administrative roles as walking into a foreign land and not speaking the language. One day you're leading a multi-alarm fire with clear protocols and immediate results. The next, you're alone in an office, overwhelmed by an Outlook calendar, questioning if you even have the capability of handling it all. Now, if you're an executive assistant or administrative professional, you might be thinking, I didn't come from the operational side. But here's the thing. You're facing the same complexity, often with even less recognition and fewer resources. So let's break down the three most critical challenges facing fire service administrative leaders and executive assistants right now, and more importantly, what we can do about them. Challenge number one, technology integration without adequate training. In January 2025, industry experts identified artificial intelligence as the number one technology trend for fire services. We're talking about AI-powered incident documentation, automated scheduling systems, advanced facial recognition for training scenarios, and data analytics that can predict resource needs. But here's the disconnect. These systems are being implemented faster than people can be trained on them. A recent survey found that 94% of administrative leaders say it's challenging to find skilled talent. Yet departments are racing to adopt new technology. What this means for you? You're expected to be the expert in the systems you learned about last Tuesday. You're troubleshooting software issues, training others, and somehow maintaining the old systems while transitioning to new ones, all while doing your actual job. The solution mindset? First, give yourself permission to not have to know everything. The technology learning curve is steep for everyone. Second, expand your network. Connect with administrative professionals and other departments. Join organizations like the Illinois Fire Service Administrative Professionals. Yes, IFSAP actually exists and provides exactly this kind of peer-to-peer support. Share what you learn and ask questions without shame. And here's a critical one. Document everything. Create your own user guides, screenshot tutorials, and quick reference sheets. Not only will this help you remember, but you're also building an institutional knowledge that will help whoever comes after you or helps you train the next person. Challenge number two, the invisible landscape role. Here's an uncomfortable truth. Administrative roles in the fire service are often undervalued and misunderstood. While fire chiefs are trained in leadership at the National Fire Academy, there's very limited formal training for the executive assistants and administrative professionals who keep departments running. Yet you're making critical decisions every single day. You're managing sensitive personnel information, acting as a gatekeeper for your chief's time and priorities, and often serving as a first point of contact for community members, elected officials, and other agencies. You're essentially functioning as a strategic partner, but you might not be recognized or rewarded accordingly. One executive assistant told researchers, others may see your new role differently than you do, which can make the transition feel like you have something to prove. The solution mindset, it's about reframing how you see your own role. Not just an assistant, you're a force multiplier for your department's leadership. Start documenting your impact. Track the projects you complete, the crises you prevent, and the efficiencies you create. When budget season arrives, have the data prepared. When requesting professional development funds or justifying a salary increase, demonstrate the strategic value you bring. And here's something critical, develop your own leadership identity. Just because you're not wearing a badge doesn't mean you're not a leader. You're influencing decisions, shaping culture, and solving complex problems daily. So own that. Challenge number three, navigating change without a roadmap. The fire service is experiencing major transformations. We're observing departments rebrand from fire departments to emergency services. We're expanding into community health, social services, and prevention programs that would have been unimaginable 20 years ago. For administrative professionals, this means your role is constantly evolving, often without clear job descriptions, defined career paths, or adequate support systems. You might start the week handling traditional administrative tasks and end it coordinating a mobile integrated healthcare program, managing a social media crisis, or implementing a new mental health initiatives for firefighters. The solution mindset, adopt a generalist approach. One experienced fire service leader advised, strive to be a generalist rather than a specialist. The administrative professional who can adapt, learn quickly, and connect dots across different programs becomes incredibly valuable. Pursue education, not only fire service specific, but also broader administrative leadership training. Programs through the American Society of Administrative Professionals, project management certifications, and even local government management courses all help make you more effective. And critically, find your people. The power of the conference you're attending, like the Fire Service Executive Leadership Conference, isn't just the workshops. It's in meeting the persons from Ohio or around the country who solve the same problem you're facing in California all the way to New Hampshire. The hallway conversations where someone shares a template that saves you 10 hours a week. Now, I don't want this to sound like a doom and gloom. Yes, the challenges are real. Yes, the landscape is complex. But here's the exciting part. You're at a pivotal moment where administrative professionals in the fire service have more opportunity for impact than ever before. Think about it. As fire services face unprecedented challenges, the need for skilled, strategic, adaptable administrative professionals is skyrocketing. Departments that invest in their administrative infrastructure, the systems, the people, the technology, are the ones that will thrive in the next decade. And you, whether you're an executive assistant or an administrative coordinator or moving into your first administrative leadership role, you're positioned to be a change agent. Here are three opportunities I want you to consider. Number one, become the bridge. You possess a unique vantage point, both the operational and administrative sides. You understand community needs and internal constraints. You can translate between the firehouse and city hall, between firefighters and elected officials. That's an incredibly powerful position. Opportunity number 2, champion innovation. Administrative professionals are often the first to identify inefficiencies and propose new solutions. You're not limited by "we've always done it this way" thinking. Whether it's implementing new software, redesigning workflows, or recommending policy updates, you can promote innovation right from your desk. Opportunity number 3, building future organizations like the Administrative Professionals Association and conferences like the Six Bugle. This gives you the chance to help shape what professional development looks like for fire service administrative professionals. You can contribute to creating the support systems, training programs, and recognition that should have existed all along. All right, let's bring this home with some practical action items you can implement starting today. Action number 1, conduct a personal skills inventory. Take 30 minutes this week to list out every skill you've developed in your current role. Don't just think about job opportunities, think about skills. Are you good at de-escalating tense situations? That's conflict resolution. Do you know how to pull meaningful data from reports? That's data analysis. Have you learned 3 new software platforms this year? That's technical adaptability. This inventory serves 2 purposes. It shows you how much you've grown, and it gives you language to advocate for yourself. Action item number 2, build your advisory network. Identify 3 people who can be a part of your personal board of advisors. We talked about this before in past podcasts. This might include another fire service administrative assistant from a different department, someone in a leadership role you admire, and someone from outside the fire service who has expertise you need, maybe an IT professional, a grant writer, or a public relations specialist. Reach out to them. Most people are honored to be asked for advice. Schedule quarterly check-ins. This network becomes your sounding board and your support system. Action item number 3, create your learning plan. Don't wait for your department to offer training. Take control of your professional development. Identify one area where you want to grow this year. Maybe it's project management. Maybe it's data visualization. Maybe it's public speaking. Find one course, one book, one mentor who can help you develop that skill. Even investing 30 minutes a week adds up to 26 hours of focused learning over a year. Action item number 4, document and share. Start keeping a wins journal. Every week, write down one thing you've accomplished, one problem you solved, one way you made your department better. This serves as your personal morale boost when things get tough, and it's your evidence where it's time to talk about your value. And here's the important part. Share what you learn. Write a blog post, present at a conference, share a tip on LinkedIn. When you teach others, you solidify your own learning and you contribute to elevating the entire profession. Here's what we want you to remember. The work you do matters. The administrative infrastructure of the fire service is not secondary to the mission. It enables the mission. Without skilled, strategic, resilient administrative professionals, departments can't function, can't grow, cannot adapt. You are not just anything. You are essential. The landscape is changing rapidly. Yes, that brings challenges, but it also brings incredible opportunities for growth, impact, and leadership. So embrace the complexity, build your network, invest in yourself, and remember, you're not navigating this alone. Thank you for listening to the Sick Bugle podcast. If this episode resonates with you, please share it with a colleague who might benefit. And make sure you download our companion source guide, the Fire Service Administrative Professionals Toolkit for 2025, available at thesixbugle.org. Until next time, stay curious, stay connected, and keep leading from wherever you are. Take care.